A whole lot better than it did yesterday. Still got some of those piles on the side, but really have to say that in the city, especially Manhattan, certainly they're still having their issues in certain parts of the boroughs, but the streets are pretty clear, when it comes to actually being able to drive around on the roads. Have you noticed the same thing,
I
Audrey?
did, yes, yes. It's much more manageable if you're driving. Walking, not so much.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Depends on,
driving, yes.
you can tell the size of the snowblower, whether it's like sort of one of the narrow ones or if they went once down and once
Right,
back.
right.
But I guess, we could get another coating as early as tomorrow.
Yes.
We had our breaking news, team coverage, flags fully raised yesterday. Are we going to be doing that kind of thing tomorrow
No.
morning again, or is this
No.
what's going on tomorrow
No,
morning?
so we have a clipper coming through tonight. That's
Okay.
a fast moving system. It's diving out of Canada right now. It'll pass through the Great Lakes. It'll be here probably after midnight. So in the morning, I think for the morning commute, there will be snow falling, but it's going to be light snow. We're expecting 1 to
Okay.
2 inches, but that's enough to annoy people. 1,
2 inches
2,
is,
yeah,
2
and
inches is something.
coat the roadways, make things slick on sidewalks everywhere you go. So it's something that people need to be aware of. After what we just went through, I'm sure a lot of folks are fatigued.
Sick of it.
There's snow fatigue happening, right? So it'll be more annoying rather than harmful.
Okay. Well, before we project ahead, because I know we're thinking about something as well for Friday.
Don't forget Thursday.
What day is tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow's Wednesday. Oh my God! Yeah,
Today's
look at that.
Wednesday.
So Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We might get that 1 or 2 inch. So let's just do it now. Thursday. What's that?
Thursday is going to be interesting because what happens is there's a storm system that's developing that's going to push through the mid-Atlantic. We're on the northern fringe of it, so that is the snowy side. Now, some of the models are keeping it south of us, which means we'll be dry. And some are blowing it up right over us, which means we're going to have another snowmaker. Not a blizzard. However,
Thursday? That's Thursday.
This is for Thursday. So this is one we'll be watching over the next 24 hours.
Oh, I don't like that. So 2 inches, 1 to 2 inches tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Thursday.
Possibly more on Thursday.
We're holding our breath Thursday. Thursday, that's like not a 1 to 2 feet. That's more like 6 to 8 inches.
We could have a couple
of
of inches. Yeah, it could be a shovelable snow. It could be a shovelable snow.
Okay.
So again, it's not for sure yet. We have to see. More model runs will come through. We'll have more confidence the closer the time frame.
Is that like one of those kind of some pressure's coming this way and a low's going that way, and they're going to meet up and have a little situation?
No, this one's a low. This one is a low developing.
You see how I made that like a dating app? Okay, sorry.
Listen, I've actually done reels and TikToks about that.
See?
Because in atmosphere we have a lot of attraction, meaning with highs and lows.
Yes.
And wind barbs and things like that. So yes, it can be.
It can
I
be
could make a reel about it, equating it to dating.
A bit of an attraction.
Yes.
All right.
So this time, no, it's a solo act. Okay.
Okay.
So an area of low pressure will be developing and over the southeastern states and then moving into the mid-Atlantic. So for what that means for us here in the Northeast, typically we have cold air in place. I mean, it's not dramatically cold because we're going to be in the 40s. It's not
it's interesting.
Right. So the snow that we get, it'll melt on contact initially. It depends on how dry the air is at the time. So we have to wait and see. But we're going to be on the northern fringe of it. So that's why it's going to be a snow event for us as opposed to rain in the southern states.
I see what you're saying. Is it possible that it could end up being all rain and be kind of good news that it's no?
No, it's either snow or it's nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah, because again, we're on the northern fringe, so it's pulling in colder air. We have to. Some of the dynamics need to be sort of fine tuned before we can commit to what it's going to be.
All right. Well, let's look at some of our best of snow video, Tyler, from the last day or so. What have you got, Audrey, in terms of some of these totals that happened for our area? I know Jersey, we got up to more than 2 feet. I'm out in Essex County. You got at least 2 feet there. I know down in Freehold, Monmouth County, they got sort of upward
over 2 feet. No, I'm sorry, close to 2 feet.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Freehold was around 23 inches, I think, maybe 27.
Out in Suffolk County, they got hammered pretty good.
Right, 30 inches.
What are we looking at? I mean, what were some of the numbers that you saw coming through?
It was over 30. It was 30 inches in Islip. I think that was I think it was close to 31, and that was the highest total for the entire tri-state area.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Now the highest one for the New York City, the 5 boroughs, was in Staten Island.
Okay.
Grassmere.
Yes.
Yes, 29 inches there.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and they had school today.
They did have school today.
Because New York City school, I know.
We're going to talk about that in just a minute because a lot of people were not happy about that,
No.
especially out on the island because it's different. Obviously in Manhattan, you can see the streets are clear. I mean, when you look at it, there were a lot of people who were thinking, oh, we'll just have a remote day today. I mean, that's what I was thinking they would do yesterday. And then the mayor said full school day, I mean, you've had kids who go through the school system.
Right.
Were you surprised by that? Were you a little surprised? Or
No, I'm not surprised that he
okay.
issued school, but the thing is, I think they've, I hate to say it, forgot about Staten Island, because Staten Island is a driving borough,
It is.
right? It's a driving, it's like,
100%.
in Manhattan,
Parts of
Brooklyn,
the Bronx too. Yeah, parts of the Bronx.
yeah,
But yeah,
that's
you're
true,
right.
parts of the Bronx too, right? So, being that Staten Island was so hard hit, I mean, everyone was hard hit, but Staten Island in particular, that's really rough for the
Right.
teachers, parents, everyone to get around, because they do it by car. Whereas here in Manhattan, we can manage it because we're in the subways, and subways are just fine.
I think we have Vito Facella soundbite. I know we're talking about weather, but we have a little soundbite from
Okay.
him. We can go ahead and play that right now.
Very poorly. As you all folks have come to Staten Island, have recognized that even if the main streets were okay, and I'll be generous with that, the secondary, tertiary streets are, as your reporter just mentioned, are impassable. So the logic was, how do people get out of their homes? How do they get about? Where they go to school, get back to work, commuters? It's just not there. And finally, about mid-afternoon yesterday, we got a call from some city agencies that they recognized that they misread this whole situation. We got almost, I think, about twice what Central Park got in terms of snow. So they started sending more front-end loaders and plows, but it was a little bit too little, too late. And then you compound public school opening, which was a big mistake. In some schools in Staten Island, 90% of the kids are not there. Intermediate schools in the South Shore, Rosanna, you mentioned Huguenot, the school out there, the intermediate schools, 70% of the kids are not there, not to mention the staff. It was just a big mistake, putting family and kids in harm's way. One more day of keeping the schools closed would not have been the end of the world. It was a big mistake, not to mention lives at risk. I got a note this morning that a individual went into cardiac arrest. They had to have a police escort to the hospital. So all these things add up when the response is not adequate, and the people of Staten Island suffered disproportionately, and it shouldn't happen again, especially what happened a few weeks ago. We said then it was a poor response. This was even worse. The city handled it very poorly.
All right, so that's Vito Facella, the Staten Island borough president there. And yeah, I mean, he was talking about it. I mean, what he was saying essentially is, I mean, outside of criticizing the Mamdani administration for deciding to go ahead with in-person schools today, just in general, he sort of said that a lot of people, it's hard to get out of your house when something like that happens, because it's the snow that's up to your knees unless you have somebody coming to maybe help you out with that kind of stuff. So this is a big problem.
And it's a lot of snow for those that aren't shoveling, right? Because we here in Manhattan, we've had a lot of areas of our city cleared out completely, done by professional crews.
Right.
Right. So how many folks are really doing that have to get there? No, right? Not many. So it is rough. I gotta say, Dan, sometimes I wonder when things like this happen, why didn't someone call me? Like for the weather report.
Just to help them out?
Right.
Just to take a closer look?
Not shoveling. No, I mean for the forecast.
Exactly. Not for the shoveling, but for the forecast. They can always chime us in here on Newsroom Live and check us out for sure.
Yeah.
Audrey, as we look at what's going on with the weather right now, I know it's a little bit of a warm up, but we had just started to see our lawns again. We had just started to see where we can park our cars without navigating through these slaloms.
True.
When are we going to melt this?
Again?
When are we going to melt this away? I mean, because it's not going to happen. It's going to take a while for this to melt away. I mean, we'd have to get a couple really good rains, and the weather would have to warm up.
Okay, the difference this time compared to last time, and last time we had half the amount that we saw this time.
We
right?
did. Oh yeah, you're
Even
right.
less than half. Right? We had about 11 and a half in Central Park. This time it was 19. Okay, that's not. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So a lot less. Last time we had temperatures below freezing for weeks.
You're right. You're right.
So it could not melt. It turned to ice. It was really difficult. This time around, we're going to have temperatures in the 40s after today. In fact, today will be the coldest day of the week.
And 50 and 46 on Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
So 50 degrees looks like
very helpful.
We just got to make it through the rest of this week. We can get to this weekend.
Well, look, we're going to be in the 40s tomorrow. I mean, it's just today's the coldest day of the week.
And I guess once we hit this weekend, let's see, what is my calendar?
This weekend looks good.
Yeah,
we're going to be dry.
And by the time we get to Sunday, we're in March.
Yes.
So,
but yeah,
What?
there's a chance of snow on Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that not in your forecast?
No,
Oh,
that was in my forecast all morning long on Good Day. It wasn't on that
it
panel.
wasn't on that
That's
one.
not my I didn't do that forecast on that panel. But the latest model guidance shows that we could have something on Monday.
Audrey, I very much enjoy your presence, but I don't want to talk to you anymore
Right.
about anything that's
Right.
happening with this weather situation.
Nobody does. Nobody does.
All right. Anything else we should know about, like, the next 24, 36 hours,
Yeah,
anything
again,
like
I
that?
think be careful on slick spots today because
Yeah.
temperatures have been below freezing since last
Okay.
night. So it's a bit icy. Even if you see it shoveled, it may be there may be a coating of ice. So be careful with that. Tomorrow morning's commute, it'll be slick. Give yourself extra time to get to where you need to be. And stay tuned to our weather forecast because it's going to be a little unsettled.